Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I have, well, today is National Crayon Day, Crayola Crayon Day, actually. And I'm just going to tell you, it's one of my favorite days. It's one of my favorite days, and I'll tell you why. Because I just love crayons. I just love crayons. I have so many, I have so many crayons. And, I feel like, this sounds crazy, but I feel like I have, good morning, Keels. I never stopped running out of cool ideas to do with crayons. And not like there's 100 different ways to use them. There are, but like to grow my crayon skills within the techniques that I've kind of already played with. Does that make sense? Anyway, everybody make sure you have a big drink and take a drink. And then please remember to like, follow, subscribe, share, and comment on Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then be sure to ask to join Stitch Along with Ann Facebook group and Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. That's the place where you can post your pictures of your creations, and that will be grand. Okay, so we're going to start out with, I know it says Fall Fodder 2, but I drew this box of crayons filled with posies, and so I have a couple of techniques that I wanted to play with you today. And so I'm going to cut just the crayon and the box of crayons out of this, but you never know, I might have something to do with those too. Anyway, let's cut these two apart. And I'm thinking I want to do some crayon resist, but kind of with a twist. So you see I have all of my beam paints out. I'm going to set those aside for a second. And I have my big box of Crayolas, and there's way more than 120 crayons in here because, you know, whatevs. I have to have all the colors. All the colors. So here's my plan. My plan is that I want to apply some crayon to this, and I printed this on watercolor paper this morning. I want to apply some crayon on here and then do some resist. And so here we go. So I have my brush in my water and set it on my paper towel there. And now I'm going to start growing my colors on my artwork. So I'm going to start with greens. So I'm going to start with the leaves, right? So I have some leaves here. And so I want to do a couple of shades of green. So I have, let's see what we have. Which one is this? Asparagus. Oh my gosh, I love that green. And I have this, I think this might be spring green. Is this spring green? Yeah. I love spring green and asparagus together. What's that one? Spring green. And so this is what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to take the spring green first, and I'm just going to color kind of around the edges. And then let's get the asparagus in the center. I'm just going to start that swirly blend, right? And then I'm going to come back with that spring green and do a swirly blend on top of that. really dark down here. Because we know that we're one item touches another item. That's where we're going to get some depth, right? We're going to get some shading right there. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Lindy Barnes. It's thunderstorming. Well, it's a good day to play with our crayons then, don't you think? So I'm just going to continue to just grow this idea. Play with. So I've got quite a bit of crayon on here, and here's my idea. I'm going to take one of my favorite beam colors, but you know, you use whatever you've got. One of my favorite beam colors is called Fiddlehead. And I'm going to start activating that color. So I'm going to add some water to that and let that percolate while we continue to color. So now let's come up with some more two color combos. So this is sky blue and cornflower. Not really. What's this one? Is this sky blue also? Yes. I'm just kind of drawn to that. I don't know. What is this? Pacific blue. Those are more. I love a cornflower though. I do love cornflowers. So let's see what else we have. And look at this is sky blue and it's neon. That might be fun. What's this guy? Raindrops. That might be fun. I just like to have, I think this might just be, oh, indigo. Every time there's like a new kind of crayon, like a new, you know, the shades of different, oh, that's Pacific blue again. Oh, but shut up. Look at this periwinkle. It's called Purple Mountain's Majesty, but it's so periwinkle. I'm saving that for later. That's the thing about a box of crayons, isn't it? You can, so many. Ooh, what's this? Poppin' Purple. That might be fun with that one. Okay, so let's start with this. Well, let's start with the neon. See what we get. Let's see. I can get more. There we go. Let's start with this neon blue, and let's just start with those circly blends, right? So we're just barely getting some color on here, right? And then let's come in, so that was the sky blue neon. Then let's come in with sky blue, like just regular old sky blue. So I want to do some circly blends here, but I really want to do some back here on these back, and I'm using a little more pressure because these, remember, these petals back here are going to be just a little bit darker. And what is this? Indigo. Let's come back in here. There we go. And let's come down here with some indigo. Right, and then let's go over that with our sky blue. See what we get. Just kind of blending it out. Get a little more color up here with the tippity top of these petals. Let's take that indigo again, and what if we just do some little, yes. Right? Okay, so now I'm going to show you my big idea. My big idea, because I think this is activated. So we're just going to take our brush. I'm going to work that water into that pigment, right? And then let's come over here. I'm going to add that. And it's good. The color's going to stick any place I don't have crayon. So the color's not going to be the star of the paint is not going to be the star of the show. Sorry. The crayon is. But I like to use shimmer on top of crayon because it just adds like another layer of funkiness. Right? So I'm just swirl, 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 working that in. And I will say, when you use a shimmer paint, the shimmer in the paint is a little bit mesmerizing. So beware. Everybody, let's take a drink. Okay, so now we've done the blue also. So let's see what I have. And this is starting to dry just a little bit. You know what, let's keep coloring and then we'll paint later. Okay, oh, let's play with these. So this is, so you see, like I have all of the different kinds of crayons have different wrappers, you can see. Like, and a lot of these I just get at the dollar store, because what do I care if I have them like as soon as it comes out. I just go to the dollar store and see what I can find in like those little 8 crayon sets or 16 crayon sets. Hi, Nance. So let's start with this Purple Mountains Majesty first. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just swirly, circly blend. Just getting a layer of color down, right? So I have a layer of that, and then let's come back. What's the purpley one that I had down here? Dang it. Oh, here we go. What is this? Poppin' Purple. Let's see what happens. Although this, well, let's see. I think I like blue violet a little bit better than I like red violet, but that is not to say that I will not color with a red violet or paint with a red violet. I absolutely will. I don't know, it's so funny. I have an affinity for cool versions of most colors, except yellows. I like warm yellows. I just like a kind of a variety, and I hope that you do too. I hope that you, do you know what I mean? I hope that you, look at that, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. I hope that you, you do what makes your heart happy. There's no, you know, your art has to make you happy. If it makes you happy, there you go. That's the key. That's the key. I know I want this one to kind of go this way because I have these going this way, and so I wanted like the light to show in a different way. Okay, now I'm going to come back with that original color and do that circly blend. Just loving that. And here's the thing. So we have talked a lot about how colors reflect other colors, right? So that being said, we can get a little bit of this sky blue. We can just add a little bit of that to our purples. I mean, remember, this is your worker finger and no pressure. We're just adding little bits of that color. And you don't have to do this to everything. Just give it a try. Just slowly build little bits of color like this, and that will really start to add shape to your artwork. And we can do the same with this Purple Mountain's Majesty on the blue flower, right? And then we can certainly take sky blue and do that circly blend, right? I love that. What about this guy? What about, oh, another leaf. So let's start in with, I think this is spring green again. Should we do spring green or shall we do something, what is this? Yellow green. These look like they might work well together with a little dash of asparagus. So let's do a little of that. So we're going to add just first a little bit of spring green, and then I could come in with that yellow green base. That's going to be pretty. And then let's get some of that asparagus at the very base of this leaf. And this one is really waxy. So it's not going to absorb too much. But look at this. This has absorbed quite a bit. But what if we come back in with a little bit more? Well, let's see if you can see. So right here is very waxy, so it has resisted almost all of the paint. And over here, let's see if we can try and build that a little bit. And then let's do some more. Ta-da! And this one is quite waxy too. Let's see what we have. We have a couple of shimmery blues. Lake Superior, that's going to be pretty. And Amethyst. I think that will be pretty with that one. So let's start activating those. Okay, let's see, let's do some pinks. This is my favorite pink, carnation pink. It's my favorite. So let's just start with the base of beautiful carnation pink. Circly blend. This helps with like crayon lines, you know what I mean? So let's get, I'm kind of deepening the base of these petals. Let's see if we can find like a deeper hot magenta. I think that might be the ticket. Good morning, Valerie. How are you? Oh, I hope we get some rain, Nance. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of this hot magenta at the base of these petals. There we go. Just little by little. I'm kind of trying to work up the sides of the petals, because remember, if the center of the petal is lighter, then it's going to look like a rounded, a petal that has form. And that's kind of the direction we're going. There we go. Let's do this side. Okay, now let's see if I can find something. Jazzberry jam. Let's see if that, oh, that's good, that's good. Look at that, it's adding just a little bit of a deeper color at the base. Then let's come in and do some swirly blend. Okay, that's pretty. And then this guy, I'm thinking let's do shades of yellow. And I have some dandelions because my friend Debbie Pack sent me some dandelion crayons because remember, Dandelion was retired in 2017, I believe. And I have heard rumblings that it's coming back. It's making a comeback. So, and they say that lots of colors have been added and names and packaging have changed over the years, and color styles such as neon, metallics. That's what I was just talking about, those little packs, and glitter. A few colors have retired from the color wheel, typically on March 31st, which is today, right? So be on the lookout today on Crayola's website and social media to see if a color has been taken out of retirement or added. I'm thinking today might be the day. So I have heard rumblings that dandelion is returning home. So let's be on the lookout. I'm just saying. And you know, like I said, today is celebration of crayons, particularly Crayola. And I saw something written on a post about Crayola Crayon Day. And they wrote, today is a celebration of one of America's most beloved toys, the crayon. And I thought, you know what? I never thought of it as a toy. I always thought of it as an art supply. I never thought of it as a toy. Anybody else? Okay, everybody take a drink. I have to keep refreshing you guys to get newer comment. It's back. Oh, very cool. Thanks, Valerie. Yes, we all need more rain. Yeah, it looks like we might have a hot fire season. Yeah, we're looking pretty hot too. We are breaking records like nobody's business. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I have Scarlet, which is kind of a vermilion, which, you know, I love vermilion. So I'm thinking, what is that? Is this Scarlet too? Mango Tango. Oh. Okay, this is the neon. So let's lay a little bit of that down first. See what happens. Okay, oops, I missed a whole petal. Okay, so I put that down first, and then what do we have here? Now we have the mango-y one, Mango Tango, and Scarlet. Let's go Mango Tango first. Let's do at the base of these petals. Oh, look, this is a beautiful corally color. Okay, now I'm going to come in with the Scarlet. Very base of these petals. Oh, that's pretty, you guys. And then let's come back with that neon, the first color, and let's do the circly blend on top of that. That just softens the blend slightly, the crayon markings. All right. Oh, I wanted to do this like Yellow Rose of Texas. This is crazy. We have had record temperature. I know, I'm telling you, Nance, we have too, and I fear for this summer. It is going to be a hot one, I believe. But then I was talking to my dad, and they have had, he's just got more snow. How crazy is that? It's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, so I did get Dandelion out, and then this is Banana Mania. And what is this? Goldenrod. I do love a goldenrod. So let's start with a base of Dandelion. Okay. Now let's come in with, what do we have? Banana Mania. So now in all of the little nooks and crannies, let's do a little bit of that to get a little bit of depth in our rows. Just little bits. It is hard to have restraint when it comes to color, doesn't it? Isn't it? Doesn't it? Okay, now let's come in with that goldenrod and see what we can do with that. If we can... Oh, there we go. Okay, let's come back with the dandelion and soften it. All right, we have just a couple more things to color. This flower, and then we have these dots. And these dots, I was thinking, we could do orange. What do we have here? Just orange, plain old orange. What do you think of that? And I'm just filling them with color. See what happens. And then, this guy, we need something that, two colors. I'm thinking, we want to kind of stay in the same, oh, what is this? Confetti, and it's called Campfire Jubilee. I love these confettis because all different colors come out of it. I love those. I hope you have a big box of crayons to play with. This is called Cyber Grape. What if we just added a little bit of that? Just a little bit at the base. Okay, there we go. Now I think I want the bottom of I want this, hi Kathy Upchurch. I think I want to do dandelion there too. Sit on the color wheel. Alright, let's get a little bit of, I think this is the goldenrod draft. No, banana mania. And that's got a little bit of dark wax, so what if I scrape that off? The side of my scissor, very, very professional. Because sometimes the end of our crayon gets a little dirty. There we go. Now we have this guy. What are we gonna do? What about like this purple pizzazz, but doesn't that look hot pinkish? That's not, no. Let's see what else we have. I thought I just saw something. This is a red. There we go. There we go. This is a red violet, right? So this is orchid. So what if we do the inside purple pizzazz and the outside, what is this called? Orchid. So one of the colors that I got from Beam Paint the last time I was there, it's a color that I just really am intrigued by. And so I'm going to show you in 1 second. It's shimmery. Okay, so it is called Shell. And it is a shimmery white, and this is the one I've been playing with in my noggin. So let's start the activation process there. Okay, I have this blue and this purple, so let's work that water into that pigment, and then let's play with it right there on this blue flower. We're just going to have little bits of that shimmer showing through. I love that. And just see what happens as that shimmery paint dries, right? So pretty. And this one is amethyst. That was Lake Superior. This is amethyst. Let's see what happens here. So if you do not have a wide variety of beam paints, I would, of colors, I think this shell might kind of give us what we want. So I'm going to work this amethyst into all of these layers of purple just a little longer. I just like to move it around and then see where it dries, see what happens. Right? Kind of looks like a peacock now, doesn't it? Okay, clean my brush, and then I do have this pink. Look at this pink. It's called Red Clover. It's one of the new colors. So let's get some water on that one. I have hibiscus. No, this is rose hip. Loving that. Hibiscus. I don't know that that's going to work today, but this one, wild salmon, is going to work beautifully right there. Oh, and I do have pumpkin spice. And I think that's going to look beautiful on my yellows. So let's see. Red clover. Let's work that. Okay, let's see what we get here. Gonna hold it and really work that water into the pigment. I didn't let that activate very long, did I? Oh, this is looking better. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. Okay, let's turn. I'll take my glasses off. I'm getting a little bit of, okay, so I have this wild salmon, which is one of my favorites. This is my second wild salmon. I just love it. Let's come in here, and this little flower. See what we get. Okay. Then this guy, we need to think about what we want to do there. We could do red clover again. So yesterday was National Pencil Day, and I was gonna do I had this thought to do a special class yesterday, and then I don't know what happened, but I didn't write it on the calendar, and well, whatever. So let's do that on Thursday. We will play with pencils on Thursday. Okay. Ta-da! All right, and then we have the Yellow Rose of Texas still. So let's come in with the pumpkin spice. Work that water into that pigment. And then stop it. Look at that. Look at that. That's going to be beautiful. Little by little. And then we'll do this guy right here too. This is pretty waxy though, so I don't know that a lot is going to show. But I had this little bit over here. Okay, so let's set this aside because now I have something totally different to talk to you about. I'm going to set aside my crayons. I need to put them away because I need space for our next endeavor. So, another fun thing that I love to do with crayons is backgrounds. And almost every retreat I have, I ask people to bring crayon rubbings. I'll show you some in color. So this, and I think I've talked about this before. Sometimes I ask people to bring them in color. Sometimes I ask people to bring them in with white crayon on white paper, because then you can make it whatever you want it to be, right? But this one is gray, so I'm thinking, what would look nice with gray? Well, we could do a big contrast and we could do a color, or what if we did shell? I don't know that that's going to show so well, but let's do, what is this one? Rose hip. Okay, so we're going to take our rose hip and we're going to just paint it over. Stop it. Look at it right now, you guys. Look at it. And here's the thing. Now you've created art paper that can be taken to the next level, right? Because you can do so many things. This could be a card base. It could be a page in your art journal. You can cut it up. You can die cut it. You can, oh my gosh, all the things, all the things. And I'm telling you, I love shimmer on top of crayon rubbings. And a crayon rubbing is, you can do it on anything. This was wallpaper at a hotel. So I almost always have a crayon and some white copy paper in my bag of tricks when I travel. Because you never know when you're going to see some kind of a cool texture. I told you guys about in New York when I was sitting on the ground because I wanted to get the grate, and the concierge from the hotel said, you can't sit on the ground. All right, fine. But look at that. Look at that. Do you see how this, like this is, so you could use this like this, right? Or you could grow it. You could do something more on top of this. You could, now I want to paint the whole thing because why wouldn't I? I just keep adding more water from my brush. There we go. Okay, so here's some little okay, what did you say, Kills? If you don't have a crayon rubbing, just scribble on a page of copy paper and then add shimmery water. Absolutely, absolutely, Kills. That's the thing, right? You can do oh my gosh. And I'm telling you right this minute, you're gonna find so many textures. You're going to find so many textures in your home, in your surroundings. I did it again at the, I'll show you some of the ones. I want to finish this, but I'll show you something else. Look at all of the, so here I have a whole folder of crayon rubbings. I've done them, like, look at this is from my cousin's house. She had some cut glass, so I did those with a gray crayon. There I took, it was a coaster, and I just did crayon rubbing after crayon rubbing and filled the whole sheet. Shut up. What else do I have in here? When we were in Portland, I did, remember the grates. Look at this. A hostility. I think this might have been at Keely's house. I have them everywhere. But when we were in Kansas, I asked everybody to do white on white. And so these are, I know you can't really see them. You can't see the pattern. And people did all different. Somebody did, like some people did this on top of a stencil. Some people, this is wood flooring. This is, I don't know exactly what that is. I think this one is Rebecca Swayze. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but oh my gosh. It looks like a sun, like a half of a sun and half of a rainbow. Stop it. I'm telling you, they're so beautiful. This one, oh my gosh. This one, what do you see? This one, I don't know if you can see it, but this one was done with, on the, I think this is the one that Ramona did, Keely, and it was the front of a furnace or something like that. So, what if, so I'm wondering if we do, what if we did fiddlehead on this one? Or, you know, we could do many colors. Shut it. But I'm thinking Fiddlehead might be pretty. So now watch the magic. As I start to just fill this piece of paper with color on this crayon rubbing. And like I said, a crayon rubbing can be anything. If you have wrought iron furniture, do a crayon rubbing. If you have wood floors, do a crayon rubbing. If you have a cool placemat that has lots of texture, do a crayon rubbing. And then I just have them in my bag of tricks. I have these little folders of, I knew that was going to happen. Different artsy papers. And this is going to get wrinkly, right? But what you can do after you've painted it all and it's kind of how you want it, you have enough of a resist that, look at contrast in your resist, then you can absolutely put this under some heavy books and it'll flatten right out. I wouldn't necessarily iron it because it's crayon wax. Unless you want to go for that kind of idea, look, try it. You get some cool, cool patterns and textures with that too. Do you see the? Oh my gosh! Can you guys see the? Let's see if the. Like here's like a keyhole sort of looking thing. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, you guys. And this, it's so ornate. I know when Ramona saw it, I'm sure she was like, yep, that's it. It's so beautiful. And you could put multiple, images on one sheet. Some of the ones in that stack have more than one image. We did it at the Arizona artist retreat also, and my sister, who doesn't think she's artistic at all, and I tell her that's a lie all the time, she is a puzzler, and so she put together a puzzle and then did her crayon rubbings of the puzzle. Stop it! I loved it so much. We had so many leaves and stencils, and somebody did a mosaic table that they have in their backyard. They did, our friend Lynn did crayon rubbings of that. I'm telling you, it's the greatest. And I just think that shimmery paint just adds another level to it. But you can use whatever you want. I mean, I just happen to really like shimmery paint. And I just kind of keep layering it on. And this is just on copy paper. Something that everybody has at their house. Right? How am I doing on time? Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Fiddlehead. It's so pretty. I think I was just talking. Keely has a neighbor who has a yard full of fiddlehead and bleeding hearts. I'm just in love with them. I'm just in love with them. I just like to add like a swirly kind of blend with my paintbrush. Number one, it makes I get the image kind of starts to pop through, and I can kind of see where I need to add more pigment, and there's not like a harsh line. I just like to blend it out. Oh my gosh, this is making me so happy. There we go. So I was reading about Crayola crayons, and one of the things I read was that they were introduced in 1903 in America by Binney and Smith. And if you look at the front of a box of crayons, you will see the names Binney and Smith oftentimes. And with the crayon rubbings, do you use a white crayon for the rubbing effect? You can use whatever color you want. This one is a white crayon. This one was gray. It's kind of whatever I have. That's what I think. And it's just different. Do you know what I mean? You play with different things. But I'll tell you the trick. The trick is to take the wrapper off and to use the side. Use that long side. Number one, you're going to have lots of color, lots of real estate. You have lots of real estate to cover, and the side of a crayon is way better than the end of a crayon, right? So you're going to use the side of the crayon, and you're going to do swirly, like circly blends, but then you're going to change directions. Because if you change directions, then you're going to get nooks and crannies that you didn't. If you just do this, it's not going to show all the nooks and crannies that if you go back and go this, and then go diagonal, and then go this diagonal, and then do swirly, that the swirly is what kind of softens all the lines, makes them so you don't have big line demarcations in your rubbing. I've just been doing this forever and a day. I just love it. I just love it. And you know, I will do anything with a crayon. Does that help, Sue? Does that answer your question? Crayon rubbing. Do you use a white crayon for the rubbing effect? I use whatever I have. So you know me. It's not very often that I have something very specific, and if I do have something very specific, then I say it. But for this, I think, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm sure it's super shiny on camera. There we go. Look at that one. It's all done. And like I said, you can go back in and add more color. Like I think over here, I can see now that needs a little more contrast. Here. Like as it dries, you start to see the places that need a little more contrast. So cool. I just love it. I just love it. Okay. I hope that you will go out and print off your fall fodder and paint a package of crayons today. And look around your house for something with cool texture and do a crayon rubbing, and then paint on top of it with a shimmery paint, and then we'll make something out of them. I can't wait to share that with you. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I can't wait to make something with it so you can see. And then, you know me, I do not like to waste. So if I made this as a page in my art journal, right, as a background, I would save all of those side clippings, right, like a newspaper clipping. All of the bits and pieces that I cut off, because you can make a million things out of that. And I'll show you that stuff too. But remember, on Thursday, we're going to play with National Pencil Day. And then, oh, I just love a day to celebrate an art supply. I do. And then, and tomorrow is Stitch Along. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. One little more area. How am I doing on time? Look at that. I'm telling you, there's so much filigree in the old ironworks, you know? There we go. I hope that everybody goes out and makes it a terrific Tuesday. Everybody has the power. Oh my gosh. One last thing. I'll leave you with this one last thing. Man, you guys, I just kind of got in the zone. Okay, this one last thing. I saw on Ordinary and Happy Life, inspiring messages to start your day or your morning or your loved one's morning. Ready? Good morning. Be proud of whatever you get done today. Even the smallest win can put you on the path up to something incredible. I know that everybody struggles with, oh, I didn't get that thing crossed off my list, or this or that or whatever. Just know that whatever you get done today, that's good enough. And it's baby steps are still steps. Okay, so thank you so much for hanging with me. I so appreciate it. And I can't wait to see your crayon rubbing. So please do them and then paint them and then post them in the Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. And then we'll play with them, with all these artsy papers that we create. We'll make stuff with them. I adore you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you tomorrow in Stitch Along. Bye, everyone.